Hello, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Gracious Aganda YouTube channel, the only channel where we give you a chance to showcase your talents and learn from elites in different careers. Today, we are joined by two brilliant, amazing ladies who are the founders and CEOs of Sere Self Care. So, we are going to be learning from them how to start and run a successful business. Karibuni. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Kindly introduce yourself. Let's start from you.
So I'm Luambia Mwakazi, the co-founder of Seri Self Care, and
My name is Michelle Mwakazi, co-founder of Sere Self Care.
Wow. Okay. Tell us your relationship first.
We're sisters. I think
Yes.
you can see, Amma, we're twins if you want us to be twins.
Okay. Okay. So describe what your business does.
so we are a home fragrance brand. So we deal in scented candles, room and cleaning sprays, and recently we started doing candle making workshops. So we're creating a community of people that love to that embrace self-care and would love to take part in candle making, fragrance blending. We just want to create that community of people who enjoy that craft and the beauty of Nairobi. So we want to incorporate all that into our services and workshops.
Wow, that's brilliant. But such an idea doesn't start like overnight. So when did this start?
So it started as a COVID project. We were bored at home.
Okay.
And we needed to find something that we both resonate with, which is self-care. And growing up, our mom really incorporated self-care in our routine. So we'd have like Sunday girls day out and go to the spa and all that. So we saw that the candles was a really good experience to share with each and everyone. Yeah.
So, I mean, so many people complained about COVID, the COVID era, but it really brought out the good for some people and some businesses. So, tell us, how do you go about the process of your business? Like, how do you source materials?
So it was okay. You mentioned COVID. Or which one should I answer first?
Yeah, you can tap into both of them. At
Uh-huh.
first, I said some people complained about COVID-19 because obviously we were indoors. So,
Yeah.
for you, how did you go about starting your business, sourcing materials?
Okay. So COVID, I think it was a blessing in disguise because during that time we had a lot of time to do research, to learn. Of course, we weren't making candles before; it was just for hobbies. But we didn't. That's the time when we started tapping into the idea of creating a business out of it, and yeah, I thank God we had that time because now we were on break from school, so we had a lot of time in our hands to research and then also learning about where to source materials. That was also part of the research. So yeah, it was just trial and error. We started very small, to be honest, and the growth that we've been able to have in almost 3 years has been I'm really grateful to God. So yeah, so it was a blessing. So yeah, the research was what helped us through it all.
Yeah, that's incredible. But I hope you're not thanking God for COVID.
We're thanking him for the blessings in our
blessings,
lives. Yeah.
So, okay, what are some of the challenges you faced in the beginning?
Clients. Getting clients and building a brand is not easy
Yeah.
to start with.
Yeah.
So first of all, getting clients who resonate with our brand, they understand what we're trying to put out there, and clients who are loyal every business requires a loyal clientele. So building that, it wasn't easy at first, but we thank God for the journey because we've been able to meet and network with amazing, amazing people. Yeah, that's
Do you remember who was your first client?
Definitely.
yeah. We
Okay,
do.
tell us about him or her, and you can also thank them for showing interest in your business.
Definitely. So before I started the brand, I started it. She was doing her own
Baking.
baking
Yeah,
business, so
yeah.
she joined me later. But when I started, I met this community of women, business women, and it was sort of like a foreshadowing that I'm going to start this business. So when I went there, I had an idea, but I hadn't started yet. But I was like, I know I'm going to start a business. Let me just talk to this guy. So they sort of encouraged me to start. And one of them in that group was the first one to buy her first candle.
Yeah.
And she was a repeat customer. So it was really uh, an inspiring moment at that point. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll name her later. Yeah.
So, any educational background that contributed to your skills? Because some of us are being taught by YouTube to do a couple of things. So, how about you guys?
Okay, well, for me, she mentioned that I did the baking before. So the experience from baking, like how to handle customers. And before that, I used to volunteer at Red Cross, and they used to hold charity events at Royal Golf Club. Yeah. So I'd find myself at the desk where there's merchandise and you need to sell to, the guys who are coming for the tournament and donors. So I think that experience really helped me in, customer relations and yeah, customer service.
So, how about the basic knowledge of how you make a candle? Because for me right now, like I can't even, I don't know how I'd go about that.
You
If
need to
I,
come for our workshops.
I know,
Actually.
right?
You should come for our
Yeah,
workshops.
yeah.
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 So, but for you, how did you go about it? Because it's not something you just start and you do and perfect it as you guys are doing.
Okay, so for me, it was YouTube. YouTube and a lot of time in my hand, and that desire to just learn because I knew I wanted to do something, especially during that period where I was bored. So I had it's just that zeal to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so YouTube. YouTube was my teacher for the longest time. So yeah.
So, what makes Ceres of self care stand out from other brands who are probably doing the same thing?
We focus on community.
Okay.
We want to create a community of people that embrace self-care, crafts. We want to make friends. COVID time was when I really needed this kind of workshops because we were just at home, we weren't doing much, we were quarantined. So now having this space to engage with other people it's something that I really wanted, and I want to share that with other people. Yes, of course, there are other people who are making, candle making workshops or paint and seeds and things like that. But I feel like we're different because we are out here to make friends. We are out here to create experiences that people will remember. If you're coming to Nairobi, you'll remember us for this.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to make, something different. Yeah.
And I've seen your work is quite commendable. It has that unique thing. It's unique. That's what I can say. So far, how many staff do you have? Are you working the two of you, just the two of you?
So basically, it's the two of us, but for workshops and other events, we normally get service providers who support us, and then we also have our suppliers as well. Yeah.
So how is it working and starting a business with your sister? Because some sisters kazi ni kupigania nguo.
Well, no, we're sisters, so obviously my shirt is her shirt,
Oh, yeah.
and her dress is my dress.
Yeah.
But I think we usually find a middle ground where we get to understand. Okay, hii ni biashara. This is not a dress, so we need to understand. Our service providers need to be paid by this date. Our clients need their products restocked on this date. So it's just placing the structures that really help us, work on it. And I mean, I thank God I have a beautiful and and hardworking sister as her, because I mean, her personality complements mine. So I think it's it just merges where we're able to work together like that. Yeah.
And one person deals with the customers,
Yeah.
another one deals with the suppliers. So I think we
Yeah.
just found a way
It's
to
a balance.
balance. Yeah.
I hope you sisters, you're seeing what other sisters are doing. So, okay, there are low moments in business. How
Yeah.
do you deal with that?
I think if I was doing it completely alone, it would get to me. But now that I have her support, I feel it's been easier. So if there are low moments, we'll just find ways, to interact with our customers. We say, by the way, you remember we're still here, we still exist.
Yeah.
So we just encourage each other in that moment. Yeah.
And sorry.
Yeah.
And we also make okay, for me, I like to make the moment light. So I'd maybe crack a joke and we'll just laugh about it. Like there's a time we had a very low moment in business, and it got to her, but I was like, we've done this, we've done that, we've gone here, and you want to give up now? We cannot give up. So yeah, we just laugh about it and we continue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's leave aside the low moments. What was that biggest moment in your business that you realized, we are about to make it tumepenya, like that biggest client or that biggest moment you had?
For me personally, I think she'll answer hers, but for me personally, it's been multiple. First of all, going to Homeboys Radio and doing an interview there with Jimani, and the fact that he actually believed in our products and bought, and he keeps on restocking. I'm so grateful to meet him. And also hosting our first candle making workshop. Like it was a very, very new idea. I don't think nobody in Nairobi was doing it, even in Kenya.
Or maybe to the extent that we wanted to do it.
Yeah. So the fact that we hosted the first candle making workshop and actually people came, and now it built traction from that, I was like, hey God, thank you. Yeah.
So how do you go about the marketing process? Like you've said, building a brand is not that simple as people may think, because some people are quick to insult other people's brands, but you don't know the sweat and tears someone puts
Has gone.
into that brand.
Yeah.
So how do you go about the marketing process to build your brand?
I'd say one thing that's helped us to this point is networking, because we've been able to reach audiences we weren't able to reach ourselves. Of course, we're students, we have our own circle. So now meeting people like event organizers like Polaroid Affair or Reset Yoga Retreat, people like that, they've been selling our name out there, and then partnering with them has been able to encourage us to do workshops like that. So there's no way this networking has really helped us get as far as we have, and we shall continue to do that. And I think we're so grateful for all that. Yeah.
So I normally do my homework before
Okay.
I invite a person to interview or a guest.
Yeah.
And I went through your social media, and I could say that it's quite beautiful. Like it's like someone put in so much effort in that social media account. I've seen a couple of celebrities who follow you guys. So how do you go about promoting your business on social media? Do you pay for ads, or how do you promote it on social media?
Yeah. Excuse me. I mean, promoting an ad, boosting it on Instagram, you have to pay for it. Yeah, so we basically do that. And also what really helps is the networking bit of it.
Yeah.
We have very supportive friends whom they'd see something we've posted and they'd be like, you know what, let me tag and let me repost on my story, and they have like more than 5k followers, so that also helps. Yeah.
Also, the designs, just Canva. I mean, there's so many free tools you can use. So that's what I've been doing to design for the posters and things like that. And then, in terms of celebrities, I think we've met some of them through pop-ups, like Pinky, who else? Miss Tiramisu, most of them we met in Pinky's event. What Women Want.
Yeah.
So also those ones, if you're a small business, and you want to put your name out there, pop-ups are a really good way to, market yourself. So yeah.
So my viewers, you are continuing to watch this video, you've heard a lot about networking. That's something you cannot ignore if you want to take your brand to the next level. So tell us about the private candle making workshop.
Now this,
You can talk about.
I love talking about this because
Yeah.
I feel like it's our baby, like our second born. You know, Sarah is our first born, and then workshops is our second born. But yeah, so we normally do a minimum of two guests or a maximum of 20. So it depends. If it's something you want to do with your friends, you can, DM us and get in touch with us. So we come with the materials, everything you need for the candle making workshop. We show you how to craft your own candle. You have a wide range of fragrances to choose from. So you get to choose the fragrances you'd like and you craft your own candle. And the wax blend that we use is what we use in our own candles that we sell, so it's quality assured.
I don't know why I keep on forgetting this question with the guests. So how did you come up with the name Sarah first of all?
Okay, so Sere is a Taita word for peace.
Yeah.
So we got it from our community, so we are Taita, so that's where we got the name. And we wanted a name that resonates with what we stand for. We stand for peace. Sere is like serenity, so all that, just those vibes. So even in our workshops and the experience we want people to have when burning the candles, that's what we wanted to resonate with the name. So yeah, that's where Sere comes from.
Imagine I thought it's actually the short form of serenity when I was going through your social media.
But that's good. I mean, it works.
Yeah, I saw serenity and I thought maybe it means
Serenity.
yeah. So paint for us a typical day in your business, like yeah.
Oh, so now our business is it could be very, very dynamic. So it could start off as a chilled day, burning our candle, of course, because we love our products, burning our candle, and then packing orders. You get to pack orders, send to the location that our clients are in, or it could be a very, very early morning, starting at, I don't know, 5, 4, depends, preparing for the workshop. So we get to the venue, we make sure everything is ready, food is, ready, the setup is great, perfect, and then now receiving clients and then getting into the workshop. So it's either or.
First of all, you forgot to mention that you provide food during the
Oh yeah, oh yes, yeah, that's a self-care.
You should have started with that.
We provide food in our workshops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you are a student, so how do you incorporate working in your business and also attending classes here and there?
Okay, so well, it's been interesting.
Yeah.
It's been interesting, but I'd say school has made it somehow easier because actually I didn't expect to have an audience in school. So I'll just go with my products. Maybe I have a client who wants something, so I'll go to school with my products, and my lecturers, my fellow students would be interested in, like, oh, you sell candles, let me try it, and they'd market for me actually. So I'd say that has helped in terms of doing what, juggling that with school. It's been okay, I guess. I think I'm just taking it one day at a time, and maybe it's because I actually like what I do. That's why it doesn't feel like a chore. So, yeah.
So in the beginning, you said your mom introduced you to self-care
Yeah.
from quite a young age.
Yeah.
So how does she feel that her girls are running a business about self-care?
I hope, mommy, you're proud. Yeah, but I feel like she's so happy. So whenever we launch a new scent, she's usually the first person to test it. So she's like, I like this one, smells good. And then when we're taking product photography, she's like, maybe add this prop or do this and that. Yeah, so she's really hands-on in the business.
Or
And we
even
love
model
her
for
that.
us.
Or even model
Yeah.
for us. I think you've seen her in
One of the
one of the
videos.
videos. Yeah.
I'm quite amazed by parents who do support their children and introduce them to skills which can actually create them employment. So that's quite commendable for mom. So one would argue that starting a business such as yours is not cheap. You don't just start from nowhere and just cause the capital. So how did you go about that?
At that point, I was on break from school, so I'd say I somehow used my school fees to start the
Your
business.
parents agreed with that.
They've been patient. Because at that point, I didn't even know I wanted to go back to school. But anyway, that's COVID, you know. But at least that time I got that support from my parents. But another thing, I started small. So what we're able to achieve now is different from how it started.
Yeah.
And another thing I'd say is trusting in your product. So the amount that we charge for the workshop, we know we're providing value. So before, of course, we had to grow, you know, that's something we needed to cultivate. You can't sell something you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So if you know you charge this amount, maybe it's 1,000 bob for something, you should be able to back it up with your trust. Because how will someone else buy it if they don't trust your product, or if you yourself don't trust your product? So that's something I had to learn also. Yeah.
Okay, talking about the charges, could you tell us some of the packages that you offer and the pricing, if you don't mind?
Okay.
Okay, so we have just chew. We have this. This is a classic candle. This is a fan favorite, black sea. The men can also burn this because
Okay, nice to know.
yeah, yeah, and it burns to midnight black. So this is 2,150. It's a classic candle, and then we have another one for our luxury collection. This is called Spadate. I love this. It's called Spadate. So this is 2,500.
Smells like candy.
Ooh,
It smells nice.
Yeah.
So yes, so this is our luxury candle, and we have another one called Garden Dreams. They're also 2,500. The classic candles is 2,150, and then we have gift sets where we incorporate room and linen sprays together with scented candles and body butters. We partner with other brands. Like recently we've partnered with Terrafric Self-Care, and she provided body butters for us, which we're able to do a mama's basket for the Mother's Day. Mother's Day event. So there's one, the basic set was 3,500, then 5,000, and then 5,500. Yeah.
And how about the candle making workshop?
Okay, the candle making workshop, which we have one coming on the 29th of June this month. It's 6,800 per person, and this gives you access to all candle making materials, entrance to the place in Karen, and the food as well, a very, very hearty lunch, and as well as drinks, welcome drinks. Yeah.
Okay. So does one need to book as a group, or you can just find a friend and come?
You can find a friend and come. You can come alone. We have clients who come alone, and they get to meet other people. They network, and they make meaningful connections from there, which we love.
Yeah. So those are the connections that we were talking about, and I could say this one is quite unique. This is something I'd vouch for. So for you guys starting and running a successful business, as there's someone there watching and they're really stuck in between having an idea and actually beginning to execute their idea, what would you tell them? Because you are there and now you are on the other side.
One thing I had before I started and as I continue, don't be afraid of small beginnings. Anything, you can create anything. Babylon was not built in one day. So there's so much. You need to appreciate the small beginnings, appreciate the process, fall in love with the journey. And when you get to where you're going, you'll be able to appreciate your success. It will be sweeter then. So yeah.
Kindly tell us your social media handles for our viewers to follow you.
So on Instagram, we are at sere_self-care. On WhatsApp, our business number is 011 2888169. Yes. And
Yes.
TikTok as well, sere_self-care. Facebook, sere_self-care. Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank
I'm really
you.
amazed by young people doing amazing things, because we are Gen Zs and we have to prove that despite people saying that some Gen Zs are lazy, we have to prove
yeah.
that we are actually dedicated to making our futures quite bright. So I'm really grateful for you joining us. I love to be one of your attendants in the workshop in the near future. Acha pia mimi nikuje nitafute hizo connections zenye mnasema.
Kabisa, karibu.
Asante.
So thank you so much guys for watching. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to support our channel, kindly use the numbers down below. If you'd like to be on the show, kindly hit me up on my social media handles. Gracious Agenda on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not on Tinder. So kindly join us across all those social media handles, and kindly be professional. Don't just send a hi message. Tell us what you do. Send samples of your work, so that it's quite easy for us to communicate. Thank you so much. Kindly subscribe and let us meet in the next video.